If you would have just done what you knew needed to be done, you would be sitting in a completely different situation right now. Your bloodline would be financially free for eternity. Instead, you will die insignificant and be forgotten by your own blood. Your dynasty leads to nowhere. Work harder, try harder, lock in, forget all excuses and act with speed. You have no excuse to not make money. So all you have to do is try. I'm tired of yelling at you people. There's only so much you can do to inspire a sheep to become a wolf. Then I saved our entire bloodline because I locked in. This needs to be the future you. It's now or never. All you had to do was work these last few years. Could be a millionaire. You could save your mother from being coarsened in the labor market. You could prolong the life of your loved ones with medical care, and you still didn't try. Maybe you're all just born to f***ing lose. No matter how hard I scream down the side of the mountain, climb! It's great up here, you can make it. You just don't seem to want to f***ing try. I'm trying to convince you to do something you should already want to f***ing do, which is win. And you still just laid in bed at night after an average day of meager efforts. You went to bed broke and slept like a baby. If you stop caring about being happy and you start caring instead about being great, guess what you end up being? Along with great. You end up happy if you forget about happiness and try to become great. You will never be successful if you're concerned about being happy, so forget about it. This once again ties into your network, the people around you, everyone else around you. When you say you feel a certain way, if they don't check you, then why are you hanging around with them?
Facts.
If you're going to sit there and go, I feel sad, and your friend's going to go, oh, bro, you feel sad, man? Sorry to hear that, bro. It's hard to be sad, bro. You sad, bro? Oh, we're sad too, bro. I was sad last week. What the f***'s wrong with you? I can't even, Tristan, I feel sad. Like, shut up. My boys around me, there is no weakness in my circle. Yeah. You need to create your reality. So you got to keep this in mind. I'm tired of hearing guys message about how they feel. I don't feel motivated. I don't feel. Feel. Leave the feelings to the girls, right? That's what they do. We act. We're men of action. We get things done. So the world got built. All of it. All the men who built the fucking skyscrapers felt scared. They did it anyway. You need to become a man of action. Stop worrying about how you feel and start worrying about what you're supposed to be doing. I believe that the number one cure for depression for 99% of people on the earth is $10 million. You find me someone depressed in the fucking ghetto in Glasgow and let's give him a ton of money and watch his face light up. You haven't got disease. You're unhappy with your surroundings. A lot of people are pretending depression is why their life is shit, when in reality, their life is shit, which is why they're depressed. This idea that we propagate that it's a disease you catch and there's nothing you can do about it and it strikes out of nowhere. I don't believe that. If you live a depressive life, you're going to feel depressed. If you lived my life, you wouldn't feel depressed. So now you know what you can do. Now you're either going to sit up, get up and do it, or you're going to sit there and stay depressed. I talk to people all the time like, oh, I'm unhappy, I'm depressed. And I'm like, stop saying it. You're saying it. You're happy, my friend, because you're talking. If you're truly unhappy, you don't talk. Think of the last time you lost a family member. The first thing you did is you sat in silence for half an hour. That's unhappy. If you're running your mouth down the pub about being unhappy, you're attention seeking. That's what you're doing. Happiness is fleeting. I want to be happy. Who cares? I want to be great. And let me ask you a question as a man at home, genuinely, truthfully. Would you rather be a loser who's always smiling, or would you rather be a stressed winner? Because I'll tell you something about winners. Most of them are stressed. I was not born a world champion kickboxer. I was not born this intelligent or intellectual. I was not born this rich. I was not born this confident. I was not born none of these things. I became these things myself. So I deserve all the spoils of war. And anybody who decides they don't want to work hard enough to become those things, then they deserve to sit and accept they're my inferior. When I didn't have enough money to buy whatever I wanted, I couldn't fall asleep at night. Because I understood there are people out there that did, and I didn't see them as better than me. And it bothered me to the point where I could not sleep. I have had a very painful life. I still think to a degree I do,
But I can't imagine living any other way. I can't imagine living in this idea, this utopian, hedonism. Degenerate. I think the only thing you can do that's not degenerate is usually be fighting a battle or solving a problem.
And life really doesn't have to be that complicated. When you see somebody that has something you want, you just got to try and work out how they got it.
Yeah.
And that's the missing part. Most people see people with things they want and they don't do the second half. They don't try and work out how they got that thing. Oh, my man has a Ferrari. Okay. I wish I had a Ferrari. Okay. They don't sit there and go for an hour. How did he get a Ferrari? It doesn't cross that part is the part they don't want to do, right? They just go, oh, he's a Ferrari. Wish I had a Ferrari. And they go back to TV.
Yeah.
And that's why they lose. It's player versus player out here, man. It's on the street. It's not easy. For every dollar you make, for every pound you took it from someone else. You don't make money. You take money. You're not the Federal Reserve. You can't create money from thin air. Every single pound in your bank is money you took from someone else. And when I say take, I don't mean it in a negative way. You might have convinced them to give it to you. You might have a coffee shop. I'll give you a nice coffee. You'll give me some money. Cool. But you still took his money. It's player versus player. If you're going to sit there and go, I don't want to work more than an hour a day. Well, the guy who does want to work more than an hour a day is going to beat you. And no matter how smart you are, there's always a smart dude who's doing the same smart work you are for more hours than you're doing it. That's just the nature of the game.
You are born to lose. And that is why, and I state this with absolute arrogance, that is why I love laughing at brokies, because you fucking deserve it. That is why I drive around in my Pagani making fun of all of you. That's why I eat lobster ravioli with caviar on top. I don't even like it. That's why. It doesn't even taste good, because it costs more than you can afford. That is why I eat it, because I have worked to get here and I deserve everything I have, and everybody who has nothing deserves only nothing. As a man, you're born with no inherent value. You have to become important. You have to go through some pain or go through some suffering to make people care about you. Otherwise, you're not going to matter. And one of the great things about the masculine journey and masculinity is that we've all lived a semi-similar story. We've all been the teenager, gets heartbroken. We've all been unimportant. We've all worked hard and then started to get some clout. And then we've all kind of lived the same kind of journey. So if you're just going to stay somewhere near the bottom and then at the age of 44, email me saying I'm depressed, well, of course you're depressed. You're a fucking loser. Because you have to build yourself as a man. And if you decide not to build yourself, then your life's going to suck. That's the thing about being a man. And that's what I was saying to the kids. It's look, you need to get up and it's going to be very, very difficult. The world's getting harder and harder, especially for men. It's all clout. It's all status. There's no way you're going to matter unless you get up and you work extremely hard. It's hyper competitive out here. All the women want a few men at the top. You're not going to be able to compete with the person who performs regardless of how they feel if you only compete when you feel like competing. Smart work or intelligent work is something that most people use to hide and disguise their laziness. And I'll tell you why. Because if you're not a lazy individual, the first thing you do is you dedicate your entire life to work. Like I just said, every car I drive is work. I'll film it. I'll use it. Every single thing I do inside of my existence is work. Once I've used all of my human time and I now have a pile of work I can no longer complete, then I look to streamline. But until all of your time is used, smart and efficient is a disguise for laziness. It's bollocks. I get called a sociopath all the time and a psychopath all the time. I get called that, but I don't think people understand that there is a version of the world where you can feel things and really not give a fuck how you feel. If I feel sad, it does not change how I act, and it does not change things I do. If I don't feel like going to the gym, I go to the gym. If I don't feel like working, I will still work. I lived in a world for 15 years where I didn't feel like fighting because my nose was broken, but I had to fight anyway. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these people come up to me and they say, oh, but I feel this way. I don't put a huge amount of importance on emotions. It's not that I don't feel them. It's that I don't think they have much to do with anything at all. If I wake up in a happy mood and I have a business to run and females to cater for and things to do, if I wake up in a sad mood, I have the same shit to do. I'm going to get it done. So where's the importance of it?
You have to be consistent. You have to decide. Are you the kind of person who wants to make a lot of money in this life and live a life of freedom? Or are you the kind of person who wants to look back when he's 30 on his 20s or 40 on his 30s and look at that decade and go, what did I do with that decade? Well, I didn't get rich. I didn't travel the world and live like they do in Tate Confidential. What did I do? Well, I had a day off here, a day off there, a bunch of nothing days that amalgamate into this decade of nothingness, and you're just wasting your time. If you want to win, you need to be consistent. You don't need to be the smartest. Not at all. but you have to be the guy who's there day after day.
If you can wake up and have a cheese sandwich and put on a song from Spotify and be like, today's great, well, then you're never going to do what it takes to go out there and actually be successful. If you wake up and say, I don't care about the food, don't care about the music, don't care about the sports team, don't care about any of that. I want a Bugatti, I want a jet, I want to work. So I've never been entertained by these things. I'm not against them, but I've just got bigger fish to fry.
I promise you, if you dedicate yourself for the same amount of hours you were going to spend on that fucking video game, you will have a Lambo for real, you will have a hot bitch for real, you'll be the man for real. You can do it right here for real in this world, and the reason you can do it is because most people are lazy and they are quitters. If I said to 100 people, get rich and live GTA out here in the real world, or play it on a video game, 98 of them, 98% would choose the video game. Are you the type of person who wants to live in a fantasy and LARP, or are you the kind of person who wants to be that man for real? The second best time, the first time being the past, the second best time is the present, and the worst time to possibly take action is the future. Because every day you delay is a day of life that you're going to experience without progression.
The number one thing holding you back is that you've come so ridiculously spoiled. You believe if you do some work, you deserve to be paid. And you want to know exactly how much you're going to be paid, when the money is going to come, before you do the work. That is your problem. Most people who have ever achieved anything in the world have put in thousands of hours of work into something without any guarantee they're going to get paid. They took a leap of faith. They believed in themselves, and more importantly, they believed in the work. Stop worrying about when all of this is going to pay off. Find work worth doing and focus on the work, because work works.
I can sit here right now and recall events that will prevent me from sleeping for 2 to 3 days. That gives me a superpower that other men do not have. They want to go to sleep. They're tired. I can stop being tired for days at a time. I can just have a thought. I can remember. I can sit, close my eyes, and use the power of my brain to vividly remember events, and I will not sleep for days.
You need to be able to remember all the bad things that happened to you instantly, instantaneously. Open up the filing cabinet and find all of the bad things that will either make you feel sad or hopefully enrage you, so you have power to attack the current conundrum with absolute ferocity. You're not allowed to be a little bit of anything. That is destroying the potency of emotions. If you're sad, be sad. And if you're angry, be angry. And if it's not time to be those things, then absolutely stop, put them away, and save the emotion for when it is useful. There's nothing wrong with being authentic and true to yourself. This is how you become lucky. Something makes you mad, then be mad.
Just sit there and go, I work smart, I don't work hard, so I only have to work an hour a day. If working smart gets you a lot done in an hour a day, then you should work smart for 12 hours a day and get 12 times the work done.
People always say, oh, I wish I had something to work on. You could work hard on anything. It can be the most jackass thing. You can work hard on, I don't know, fucking whittling buildings. Whittling twigs. But if you truly work your ass off, it's difficult for it to have a negative impact on your life. It's hard to say, I'm working my ass off for X and it's made my life worse. You know, you're not doing anything, and you're asking the question, hoping I'm going to give you some magical answer that's going to allow you to be motivated forever. But motivation isn't real. Everyone says this. Motivation is not real. Discipline's real. I do not feel like training, but I still train because I'm a disciplined individual. You don't get to go through life only doing the things